Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your fortnightly check-in with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon, or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. These are purely tarot, no astrology in here, so watch them for whichever one resonates the most for you. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for your cross purposes, so we're going to start with your cross purposes from now on, so we can get the heavy bit out of the way, right? What is standing in the way? What are the challenges, blocks, or issues that might be showing up for you over this fortnight? You've got the Tower card, right? So just when you thought maybe things were calming down a little bit, the universe says, nah, we don't want to give you that. What we want to give you is one little more surprise, right? So I am going to tell you, in terms of the cross purposes that are showing up this week, Taurus likes things easy, right? You guys like things easy. You're ruled by Venus, so you like harmonious. You don't do the loud, over the top, banging, lights and woo and all of that, right? All the ostentatious and the over the top and the loud, all of that. It's not really something that Taurus generally enjoys, or the drama. And you've got Uranus in your sign that's been there since 2018, really shaking things up. And so this is kind of giving you a crash course in the fact that life comes with drama. You can't always sweep it under the carpet. And so, while you tend to do everything in a very slow, steady, bull like way, you do have a tendency to shy away from when things get tough or they get a little bit ugly. And unfortunately, you can't always do that. And I think that's what Uranus is really doing for everybody. Because remember, we've all got Taurus somewhere in our chart. You happen to have it in your sun, your moon, or your ascendant, or maybe you're a cross watcher, getting that little inside scoop. Right? But the fact that you've got the Tower for this next fortnight, it's kind of telling, right? Because even though we've got the eclipse that's happening in Aries, it is a hybrid eclipse. And so technically, the nodes, at least, are still in Scorpio and Taurus. So while this is happening at 29 degrees of Aries, you're still going to feel this to a degree. And I wonder if this Tower card is basically saying, it's like a heads up to say, you're not done yet. There's something left for you to learn. There's something else for you to know. There's something else for you to assimilate into, your experience. And then to couple that, you've got the 10 of cups. So this could very well be coming from the family, could be coming from the home. It is, I mean, look, it's the 10 of Cups, right? One of the brightest cards in the deck with the Tower card. So while the surprise could be coming from the home, this could be a pregnancy for those of you that are in that situation, um, right? Yay, but fuck me, this has just turned my whole world upside down. Maybe you've already got 3 kids and you've said, all right, no more, not going to happen. And oh, yeah, there you go, another baby on the way. It could be that. It could be, gosh, it could be any number of things, but whatever it is going to be, it's likely to be on a personal level, this will come from or through the family. On a more sort of wider world stage level, this could be an opportunity that lands in your lap that you kind of either aren't prepared for, or maybe you think, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with everything else that I've got going on at this moment in time. So, for your actions and results, you've got the Lovers with the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant card. Oh my word. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. So if you are, look, this, first of all, let's start with your actions and your results. The first thing this tells me is this week, or should I say this fortnight, you are making a big decision about whether you are aligning with a big or large institution of some sort. For a lot of you, this is going to be you schooling your personal beliefs or getting a hold of how you feel on or around a certain subject and just saying, you know what, now that I've made the decision, everything else will slot into place. Potentially another earth sign, possibly another Taurus, is helping you through this. You're talking something out in a very official way and or capacity, and there are potentially here things that you are setting into motion in a very, very sort of finite and potentially quite serious way. Now, when it comes to the results of these things, you are establishing something here for the long term, which I like very, very much. Now, for those of you that are single, potentially you're meeting someone this fortnight. I will tell you straight up, if you are single and you're looking, that person is very likely to be a Taurus. Very likely to be a Taurus. All right. I'm just going to say that because you've got the Hierophant card, which is your card, coupled with the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, male. Doesn't have to be a man. In fact, a lot of the time, the King of Pentacles shows up for Taurian women, interestingly enough, and Capricorn women, because you guys are what I like to call boss ass chicks. So it's just a really interesting set of cards. All right. I'm going to pop these to here. Put these here. When it comes to your communications in your career, you have the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, okay, and the Seven of Pentacles. So what do we see here? Two eights represents new knowledge, new wisdom, new information that's coming in. So when it comes to work and or the career, for a lot of you, right, and this I feel has something to do, because remember the Lover's card is choice as well. This has something to do with a choice or a decision that you have made. And it's like now you're going to see it through. It's like, okay, I made this choice, I made this decision to dig in, whatever that might mean, in your work, your professional, your studies, and now you're going for it. And with the new knowledge or the new information that's coming in, potentially you're walking away from something that has had you feeling trapped so that you can start to invest more in your future. So, one way that this could show up for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could be that you drop one of your courses in order to pick something else up, or you say, you know what, I'm going to take that off and I'm just going to focus on everything else that I've got so that I can do this and myself justice. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could literally be a week where you either start looking for new work or employment, or potentially your boss puts something in your lap that kind of has you saying, okay, yes, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be in it for the long haul, and this is where we go from here. And then finally, for those of you that are not finally, for those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, it looks like you guys are getting really serious about the studies, or not the studies. It looks like you guys are getting really serious with the resources that you have available right now. So this could be, right, you know what, I've got this much amount of disposable income when it comes to hiring new staff, getting new equipment for the job that I do, or it's like you're getting really serious. Like now you're going to start to squeeze the value out of what you have in terms of resources for your business. So I'm very excited for you for that. And then finally, when it comes to your those of you that are retired and no longer working, it looks like a lot of you are either maybe not necessarily going back to work, but it does look like a lot of you are about to bring old skills off the back burner. Things that you haven't used for some time, things that you kind of thought, well, I'm never going to use that again. And it's like all of a sudden you find yourself using it in potentially a really practical way. All right, for your, pop those there. Love and relations, you got the Six of Wands. This is very interesting with the Temperance card and the Three of Cups. So for those of you that are single and looking to mingle, this could literally be a reconnection with an ex. It could be a reconnection with somebody that maybe was a friend, who, maybe you guys always wanted to go there, but you thought, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to ruin a friendship or whatever it might be. But suddenly you're seeing each other very differently. For a select few of you, for those of you that are single and that's not the case, This is seeing you get really honest with yourself over this next fortnight about what love and relationship actually looks like for you. Like moving forward, what do I want? What do I need? You might get a little taster of it over this next fortnight. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just enough to kind of grease the wheels, as I like to say, to open up those floodgates. But it's definitely doing something. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long term commitments, especially if you've had problems or issues, I love this for mending a relationship. I love this for getting past that argument or burying that hatchet or finally releasing that thing that was stopping you from having, your version of perfect, right? And when I say your version of perfect, what I mean by this is we all know, right? At this point, I'm 38 and most of my subscribers are like 25 to 55. For those of you that are either side, I still love you. And for those of you that are older than that, actually, I love you even more because, the older you get, the less you fuck with shit that you really can't be bothered with. So, well, excuse my language. But do you know what I mean? Like, so, and what I'm saying here is at this point in life, we realize there's never going to be a perfect, right? There's no such thing, it doesn't exist. But I can have my imperfectly version of that. And that to me is perfect, right? So this could be you and a partner working really hard to fix something that has needed mending for quite some time, potentially maybe even healing a relationship. For those of you that are, for your money and materials, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, you better bring me this money. With the Five of Swords, okay, so potentially arguments or disputes, and with the Page of Swords especially. So there are going to be hard conversations around money this fortnight, right? Potentially with the Queen of Pentacles, this could be while you're trying to get the most out of what you have or what is available to you. You might feel like there's someone or something that's standing in your way or is trying to block that progress. Potentially an Earth sign woman, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or potentially this is you fighting for something that you believe in. For a lot of you as well, if you are interviewing over this fortnight, I think you will do well. I am going to say straight up, though, it looks like you're not getting the job after the first interview. You will need to take a second. Don't fret. If you get invited back for a second interview, you've basically got the job. They just want to make sure. Right? And you got to convince them that that's the case for your physical health and vitality. I really like this for, potentially someone telling you off, but in a good way. Maybe somebody says to you, listen, you need to get your diet under control. It's dreadful. Or maybe someone tells you, straight up, like you're always talking about, I don't know, getting stronger, but you literally never lift any weights or you don't do anything to support yourself. It's like someone, and those are the people that love you the most, as far as I'm concerned. People that love you the most will be the ones that tell you straight up, listen, get it together. All right. Someone is lovingly, like, it might sound harsh, whatever they say to you, but they're telling you this because they genuinely care. For those of you that are, and that's going to prompt you on a health journey in some regard. And then for your home and environment, this could be something that you're trying or wanting to do in the home that you kind of, maybe somebody has agreed to do this for you. Let's say you said to a painter and decorator, I want you to paint and decorate my house, and last minute they want to change the price. Or do you know what I mean? It's like a last minute thing. Someone's changing something at the last minute and you're not having any of it. Fair play. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know, or fortnight. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.